I tested all of the best microphones for streaming of 2026, and in this video, I am going to rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all of the products will be in the description below.
NZXT Capsule Elite delivers a detailed, neutral sound with a wide 20Hz to 20 kHz range and high 24-bit 192 kHz resolution, so my voice comes through clean and pro level for streams and voiceovers. The cardioid pickup and low self-noise keep background hum and keyboard clatter under control, but those sharp S sounds can get fatiguing if I don't tame them with a de-esser or some EQ. For creators who want a clean, studio-style USB mic and don't mind a bit of dialing in, I'm confidently putting this in my great tier. Blue Yeti USB comes loaded with 4 polar patterns: cardioid, omni, bidirectional, and stereo, so I can go from solo streaming to interviews or roundtable podcasts without swapping gear. The sound is clear and rich enough for beginners and intermediates, but the fixed stand, lack of XLR, and the fact that newer mics can edge it out in raw audio quality definitely show its age a bit. For plug-and-play flexibility on a budget that still just works for most people, I'm slotting this into my good tier. Sennheiser Profile Streaming Set gives me a crisp, relatively transparent vocal tone that sits great in a stream mix, helped by its cardioid pattern and subtle onboard DSP that smooths things out. I love having gain, mix, headphone volume, and mute controls right on the mic. Plus, the included boom arm makes this feel like a proper all-in-one streaming setup, even if the single polar pattern makes it less versatile than some rivals. For anyone who wants a clean, pro-looking rig out of the box with minimal fuss, I'm placing this firmly in my great tier. AKG Ara offers a neutral, open sound that leans a little bottom-heavy, which can make my voice feel full but sometimes a bit boomy without EQ, especially in untreated rooms. The 2 polar patterns, cardioid and omni, and stylish build are awesome at this price, but the lack of gain control and how sensitive it is to bumps and desk vibrations can get annoying on a busy setup. For creators who just need a capable, affordable USB mic and can live with those quirks, I'm dropping this into my average tier. HyperX SoloCast keeps things super simple with a plug-and-play USB setup, a cardioid pattern that focuses on my voice, and a handy tap-to-mute on top, all in a compact, lightweight body that's easy to stick on a boom arm. The sound punches way above its price, clean and clear enough for streaming and YouTube, but there's no headphone jack, no software, and it's a pretty bare-bones package if I want deeper control later. For budget-conscious streamers who just want good sound fast without overthinking it, I'm putting this solidly in my good tier. Razer Siren V3 Chroma. This leans hard into that sleek RGB streamer look, with a 16mm condenser capsule, super cardioid pickup, and 24-bit 96 kHz recording, so my voice sounds clean while the lighting reacts to what I'm doing on stream. I love the tap-to-mute on the top and the status-aware RGB, but the premium price and focus on aesthetics over pure audio tweaks mean it's better for gamers who want their mic to be part of the show, not audio purists chasing ultimate sound quality. For my ranking, the balance of strong sound and flashy vibes lands this comfortably in the good tier. Razer Siren Mini. This tiny condenser mic with a super cardioid pattern does a surprisingly solid job at focusing on my voice and rejecting some background noise, making it a neat plug-and-play option for simple streaming setups. The downside is you get almost no onboard controls, the included stand is super basic, and the sound can lean a bit thin or crunchy, so it's clearly aimed at beginners who just want something better than a headset mic without worrying about features. With that in mind, I'm dropping it into the average tier as a starter mic that gets the job done but doesn't really excite me. Beyerdynamic Fox. This large diaphragm USB condenser hits up to 24-bit 96 kHz, giving me detailed studio-leaning sound that's honestly overkill in a good way if I'm recording music or high-quality voice on top of streaming. I love that it works as its own simple interface with zero latency headphone monitoring and USB-C connectivity, but the single cardioid pattern and chunky body make it less flexible for multi-person setups, and it can eat a lot of desk space. For creators who care about rich, professional-sounding vocals more than RGB or gimmicks, I'm confidently placing this in the great tier. Rode NT USB Mini. This compact USB mic gives me clean 24-bit 48 kHz audio with a built-in pop filter and a tight cardioid pattern, so my voice comes through clear and upfront without tons of tweaking.
The built-in stand and magnetic base are convenient, but not the most stable if I'm super fidgety, and I'm mostly locked into a simple single-person setup unless I dive into the Rode Connect software for more advanced routing. For streamers, podcasters, and beginners who want a tidy little desk mic that just sounds good out of the box, I'm putting it solidly in the good tier. Rode NT USB Plus. This takes that classic NT USB sound and upgrades it with Rode's Low Noise Revolution preamp and built-in DSP, so I get rich, detailed vocals at 24-bit 48 kHz, with processing like compression and noise reduction baked right into the mic. I love that it stays quiet even in a home setup and works as a true all-in-one studio-style solution, though you're paying a premium and it's clearly aimed at people who actually care about tone and processing, not just good enough chat audio. For serious streamers, singers, and voiceover creators who want a USB mic that feels truly pro, I'm absolutely locking this into the God tier.
HyperX QuadCast 2S. This packs insanely clean, detailed audio with 32-bit my 192 kHz recording, multiple polar patterns, tap to mute, and a slick RGB design that makes it perfect if you want your stream setup to look as good as it sounds. It does feel a bit overkill for simple chatting, and most streamers will never actually use those ultra-high recording specs, so you're definitely paying for premium features and aesthetics. For my tier list, I'm putting this in God tier because it gives me broadcast-level sound, tons of flexibility, and serious stream presence. Fifine AM8 USB. This delivers a punchy, broadcast-style sound with strong background noise rejection, plus USB and XLR in one mic, which is awesome if you want to start simple and later upgrade your audio chain. The downside is you need to work it fairly close to your mouth. The built-in mount is a bit floppy, and it's not really made for music or super polished studio work. For my tier list, I'm dropping this into average tier because it's crazy good for the price, but the ergonomics and limitations keep it from hanging with the heavy hitters. Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus. This brings that classic studio-style condenser clarity with a full 20Hz, 20 kHz response, zero latency monitoring, and mix control, so it's killer if you want a natural, detailed voice, or even to dabble in music and instruments alongside streaming. Being a wider cardioid condenser, it will pick up more room noise and keyboard sounds, and there's no on-mic gain knob, so you need a reasonably treated space and some software tweaking to get the best results. On my tier list, I'm confidently putting this in great tier because the sound quality is absolutely there for serious creators, as long as your room doesn't suck. Fifine Amplame A6T. This gives you super easy plug-and-play USB, tap to mute on top, a gain dial on the bottom, fun RGB, and a sound that's impressively clear for the money, making it a sweet starter mic for casual streams and gaming. You do have to spend some time dialing in the gain and system settings. There's only a basic cardioid pattern, and the tuning isn't on the same level as higher-end mics, so it's more good budget gear than long-term pro solution. On my tier list, I'm placing this in average tier because it nails the basics for new streamers, but doesn't quite compete once you get more serious about your audio. Shure MV6 USB. This focuses hard on making vocal audio dead simple. Voice isolation tech, auto level mode, a digital pop filter all work together so my voice stays clean and consistent even in a noisy or echoey room. With USB-C connectivity, real-time monitoring, and software control over EQ and DSP, it's pretty much made for gamers and streamers who want pro-sounding audio without messing with mixers or plugins, though you are locked into Shure's ecosystem and DSP flavor. For my tier list, I'm putting this firmly in God tier because it gives me insanely easy, polished streaming audio that just works, even when my space isn't perfectly treated. SteelSeries Alias Pro. This delivers rich, full, studio-like sound, and the big condenser capsule gives voices a lot of body that many gaming mics miss. I love how the XLR mic plus the stream mixer and software give me serious control, AI noise suppression, and enough gain to keep the mic out of frame. But the price and desk footprint definitely push it into enthusiast territory rather than a simple plug-and-play choice. For serious streamers who want broadcast-grade audio and don't mind paying and learning the software, I'd comfortably put this in my great tier. Samson Q2U. This punches way above its price, with that dynamic cardioid capsule doing a great job of focusing on your voice and rejecting room noise, which is exactly what I want in less than perfect rooms. Dual USB and XLR make it super flexible for beginners and upgrades later, though it doesn't have the fancy processing or premium build feel of higher-end mics, and availability can be hit or miss. For
For new streamers, podcasters, or anyone on a budget who just wants clean, reliable audio, I'm putting this solid workhorse in my good tier. Logitech Yeti Orb. This keeps things incredibly simple. Plug it in and you instantly get clear, full, warm-leaning voice that already sounds nice in meetings or casual streams without tweaking anything. The downside is its more mid-forward tone with weaker bass, plus higher sensitivity to desk noise and room tone if you don't keep it close or use a boom arm, so it's not ideal for echoey spaces. For gamers and new streamers who want an easy, budget-friendly mic and are okay with the more basic, entry-level sound, I'm slotting this into my good tier. Elgato Wave 3. This brings that clean, crisp sound that makes spoken word and streaming audio just pop. And features like clip guard mean my levels stay under control even when I get loud or excited on stream. I really like the tight cardioid pickup and built-in processing. Plus, the Wavelink software routing is insanely useful for balancing game audio, music, and voice without extra gear. For streamers who want a polished, creator-focused mic with smart safety features and software that actually helps, I'm confidently putting this in my god tier. JLab Epic Talk. This delivers surprisingly clear, detailed audio with multiple polar patterns and onboard controls, and people praise how easy it is to set up and use for everything from meetings to streaming. At the same time, it can be pretty sensitive to low-end rumble and desk vibrations, and while the value is great, it doesn't quite reach the refinement of higher-end creator mics, so you may want a boom arm and some tweaking. For beginners who want a feature-packed USB mic at a friendly price and don't mind a bit of extra setup, I'm placing this comfortably in my average tier. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best microphones for streaming for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.